action we take and every decision we make has an environmental consequence. Our guests on Earth Talk are making a difference with a vision for tomorrow, today. I'm your host, Peter Kreitler. Stop, look, and listen, and you will become part of the solution for a better future for all.
Welcome back to Earth Talk today. We're speaking with the eminent Canadian David Suzuki, scientist, TV host, environmentalist,
Fisherman.
Father.
Fisherman.
And writer. Your autobiography has just been published. Your foundation, the David Suzuki Foundation, funded a study looking into what motivates people to change their habits for the good of the planet. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We get a lot of people calling and writing saying, look, I got your message, but what can I do? I'm insignificant. I don't want to do something if it's not going to be effective. So we got together with the Union of Concerned Scientists, a wonderful group in the United States, and said, where do ordinary people impact the most on the environment? And right away, every one of us impacts in what we eat, how we move, transportation, and where we live. So focusing on food, transportation, and housing, we came up with a list of the 10 most effective things that individuals can do. We call it the Nature Challenge, and I'm trying to get 1 million Canadians signing up to agree to do at least 3 out of these 10 things in the next year.
If people go to their website, they will see those. And when Peter and I saw the list in your autobiography, it seemed so simple and so not like it would make any impact at all.
I know.
Is that...
You know, when I got the list the first time, I threw it on the floor. I said, come on, get serious. This is too easy, you know? But then they showed me the scientific reasoning behind each one, and I said, well, you're right. Now, of course, if 10 people do it, it's nothing. But if 1 million people do it, it's very, very significant.
But still 10 people over 50 years, that still makes a difference too, right?
And they're very simple. They're things like, if you're a meat eater, give up meat 1 day a week. And you might think, well, what difference will that make? Well, you know that it can take up to 15 pounds of grain to make 1 pound of meat, so you lighten that impact. But it takes 85 times as much water to grow 1 serving of meat as it does to grow 1 serving of potatoes. So, you know, there are all kinds of other repercussions. We say if you take a car to work or school regularly, give it up 1 day a week. So carpool, take a bus, walk, whatever. They're very, very simple things. Reduce your energy bill by 10% by making your house more efficient. Buy the most energy efficient appliances in the house. So they're very, very sensible things for the environment and for your wallet. You'll save money by doing the right thing. And we have 300,000 people signed up. The reason I want 1 million people is I'm convinced if I go to any politician in Canada and say 1 million Canadians are already doing this, will you sign up? Every one of them will. And the reason I know this is I interviewed Al Gore in 1988 when he was still a senator from Tennessee. And he sent shivers up my back. I had never met a politician who understood the environmental issues as clearly as he did. And he had concrete solutions. So at the end of my interview, I turned off my the microphone and I said, please emigrate to Canada, I'll get you elected Prime Minister. Well, he turned me down on that. But I said, what can journalists like me do to help environmentalists like politicians like you? And his answer changed my life. He said, don't look to politicians like me. He said, if you want change, you have got to go out and convince the public there's a problem. Show them that there are alternatives and get them to care enough so they demand change. He said then every politician will jump on the bandwagon.
We have global warming that is coming. We are living in a toxic soup environment. If we don't get involved, it's going to be too late. Look in the eyes of a child and ask yourself the question, is there going to be a future for our children and grandchildren if we don't get involved?